Hey, this is Ricky with Real Talk Chimp, live streaming part 2 of Mesmerizing Aurora, a paint by numbers kit from numberartist.com. Item number 50-40-LZ8383. Having some technical with my cell phone as I'm trying to record this, so I'm going to be having continuous technical issues most likely. I'm going to do my best to try to paint and hold the phone at the same exact time. So we are live streaming on YouTube at Real Talk Chimp. That's RealTalkChimp. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe, and we'll get down to it. Thank you. I'm really trying to find a different way to live stream because I'm getting phone calls. And what happened was, just as I was starting to go live stream, a phone call came through and I had to answer the phone. Couldn't figure out how to stop the live stream, so I'm sure the first 2 minutes of this is probably me on the phone. And I'll try to cut it out if they'll let me when I get ready to archive. If not, enjoy my phone call. You earned it. All right, so last from part 1, I think we got through paint pods 1 through 10. And whether or not we come across 1 through 10 again, then we'll go back and paint those. So we'll switch over on to 11. I'm not sure, did I already do 11? Well, here, let's go through and see if we can find any 11s. I'm pulling the canvas away because I'm putting it up to my face. Okay, I see 11s right here on the screen in front of me. So we'll do 11, which is some type of blue here. All right, so I see 11 right over here. I'll get this little 11 right here first. There's one over here, 2 over here actually. Right up against 3 different colors. There's actually another 11 right next to it here. Just a little tiny horizontal line. There's an 11 below it. Another one across over here. Up here. One on the edge. A little itty bitty dot right here. One across here. Ran out of paint. And then one right below it. Actually, a couple of them are here. Okay, let's see if we got anything else. Any more? There's 11 right there. Okay. Right here. That's a 16 to the left of it there. I stuck my hand right in the paint and moved it around. Messed that up. Okay, looking around for more number 11s. Yeah, see right here? I stuck my finger in the paint and smeared it on there, so hopefully whatever paint I put in that area will be able to cover that up, or I'll figure out a way to blend it in. See if I can wipe this paint off my hand. It dries pretty fast. Okay, let's look for more number 11s. There's some down here. Over here, let's see if we can see that one. Sorry for the shaky camera, but like I said, I'm kind of having technical issues with the phone and with my gimbal. See, when I put the gimbal down, I let go of it. The phone's so heavy that it droops down. It's just, the phone is too heavy for this neck gimbal that I'm using. So I'm having to hold onto the phone at the same time I paint. Therefore, you get the shaking of said hand. All right, looking for more number 11s. Got one down here. Right above it. I'll read that. Unique NPC. What's the most valuable advice about life someone ever gave you that followed or guided you through your life? Never fart in a crowded church. How's that? How's that advice? I suppose you could also utilize that in a crowded elevator. It makes perfect sense when you think about it. You know, I mean, I suppose if it wasn't a church or a crowded elevator, or in a monastery, or in a temple, or just anywhere where you're around people, especially people you don't know that you're unfamiliar with, you'll make friends really quickly until that door or window opens. Or rather, you'll be very unpopular if popularity was your first intention going into the situation. Let's see, I'm trying to think. Good advice. Probably maybe something to do with money, like finances, I think. Like spend within your means or live within your means, I think. I think I've always lived within my means and followed like Buddhist type philosophies, I think. of material things are not me type of, but definitely farting in a crowded church, I think. It's probably, I think my mother told me that when I ripped one as we were going to, temple or church or wherever, ripped one in the car and the windows were stuck that one particular day. She said, do not ever do that again without having a window cracked, or politely asked for the vehicle to be stopped so you can pull over and let it rip. And by all means, do not do it in a crowded church. Okay. I expect you to pass that information on. I suppose if it was a question posed by a teacher to a student for a homework assignment, I think it works. I think that's a 13 right there. That is a 13 right there. Okay, that's not an 11. Here's an 11. I think Sammy would appreciate that as well. Sammy, what do you think? Let me ask you this advice, Sammy. Is it better to let yourself out to pass or to flatulate, or to stay in a crowded, small environment with lots of people? I know you're not allowed to shout fire or anything like that, but to break wind in that type of situation, albeit funny, especially if you had something really stinky like asparagus, or gosh knows what, that leaves a lingering odor. Can you read the room, Sammy? Sammy just let himself outside. I mean, if you're a comedian, it's excellent advice. I don't know how many days I open up YouTube and get those channels where they use those little fart boxes or whatever next to a microphone and walk alongside people at the beach. Or, well, see, if you're at the beach, it doesn't matter. It's just a funny sound. But if you're, in a crowded church, you're going to be blasphemicized, if that's a word, until the window is opened. You will laugh until that window is opened. Okay, I'm getting way too deep into that advice question. What the hell was I doing? Oh, that's right, painting. I was painting. I am painting. But I like questions, comments, suggestions. Oh, look at all that, a number 11 right here. Big old puddle of number 11. Right here. I went a little over the line there into the 21. Okay. Stick my hand in that paint again. Another porpoise. There's a 16, a bunch of 16s are wrapped around this thing. Plus a 14 there. Here's an 11. All right, any more 16? Not 16s, any more 11s? 11 is what we are working on. I did pass by a 7. Where did that 7 go? Where did I see a 7? Here is an 11. I have really got the shakes today. Okay. I got 11 right here. But you tell whoever asked you that question. Oh, is that Game Bro? Game Bro, that's in regards to what, FIFA? Or what is Mexico and Czech Republic? Are you trying to get me to do a Johnny Carson, when he puts the card up to his head? Oh, wow. That's a good question. I haven't been following the football, the World Cup. I'm not a big soccer fan, but yeah, I don't know anything about either of those teams. What team was Pele on? Pele was what? He was Brazil, or what team was Pele on? That's the last time I actually watched soccer. Was the last time Pele was playing. So if you can tell me what year that was. The game at 7 p.m. But are these Brazil is against Scotland? Wow, that's a fight right there. Brazil against Scotland. I mean, Brazil is tough because, I mean, if Brazil loses, then they go and kill their players, don't they? Or is that Colombia? What is the team that kills their players if they lose the game? I don't know if they still do that, but Brazil is winning 2-0. Wow. Scotland's, I mean, it's interesting. A couple of weeks ago, I guess when this all was starting out, there were 5 guys from Scotland, 3 guys from Ireland. I think I said this in one of my previous episodes, and 2 or 3 guys from the UK, and they were all sitting in this pool hall that I was at, and they're like, they're World Cup soccer players or football players, and they were all chatting to each other. I'm like, shouldn't you guys all be beating each other up? Aren't you guys countries that hate each other? And each one of them said something, whatever. They all get along now. They don't do that kind of stuff. They're still soldiers and stuff that fight, but these guys are football players. So. But as far as, Mexico and Czech Republic, I don't know. So it was 91? 91 was the last time Pele played? Holy crap, I've been watching sports since 91. It's entirely possible because I'm not a big sports fan. I never really played sports in school. That was kind of the thing my parents said it was always good that you watch it, but don't play it because people get hurt playing sports. Like, really, how am I supposed to ever find that out if I don't actually do it? But I played in video games, so I guess that makes up for it. Weird. And Alana, how you doing? Hope you all can hear me and see. I'm still looking for number 11s on here. These World Cup games, are these something that are like pay-per-view, or do you have to be on a specific cable channel, or is it just on regular open TV? I'm curious about that. I am going to a sports bar tonight for karaoke. I'm sure they're going to have games up on the TV screen, of which if they don't usually allow me to live stream in there because of the other people. They don't want, unless if I can figure out how to live stream and blur people at the same time, then I'll record some of, obviously if people are already watching it. Summer pay-per-view. I wonder why they do that. If Mexico is playing, it's free on local TV, TV Azteca. As USA is playing, is on Fox Sports. Okay. Oh, you can watch it on Roku, Mike? Oh, okay. I have a Samsung TV, and I'm not sure. It's got one of those things built in where you can like download. It's a smart TV, so you can download. You can download channels. Like I got YouTube on there. I have Netflix on there, even though I canceled my Netflix account. But I can download apps on my TV like I can do on my phone. So I don't do pay-per-view, of course, but still looking for number 11s, and I am not finding any more. We're probably going to... that was a hiccup burp. That was a bad combination. Huh. Yeah, I guess maybe it would be internet TV. I just found the number 7, so I'm going to paint the number 7. It's sitting right over here. Got to use my other little brush here since it's just a little spot for the number 7, which is right here. If something else pops up, we'll get it, of course. Holy hot Batman. Starting to feel the heat coming in again. Looking for a number 11. Oh, it's a 15, 21, 16, 12. All right, well, I'll switch to 12. 12 is only a slightly darker number 11. So I think we're still doing the water. This is number 11 here. This is number 12. So this is certainly a darker pigment, a much darker blue, probably a royal blue, if we were gandering at what it could possibly be. Well, it could be a navy blue, or you can see the other paints that are on my finger, the colors. That was from number 11 right there, so you can tell it's from number 11 to this one, it's considerably different. This one's much darker, like a deeper ocean type of blue. So this is number 12. Let's dry this one off. Okay. So crazy thing called analytics. YouTube has analytics. And we're not even going to talk about subscribers. Generally, I do 4-hour live streams when I do painting or building models, not when I live game unless there's something exciting going on. But when I'm painting, I usually do 3 to 4 hour live streams. But when you go back and look at the analytics, so we could get 300-400 views, maybe one subscriber out of those 400 views. But what's happening is people are viewing from 1 second to 2 minutes. The 1 second is the majority of people that come in, which is a real shame. I get it. People have short attention spans. I get it. But this is something that's relaxing. This is something that provides a sense of stress-free atmosphere. Painting. It's like watching the grass grow, only you're watching somebody paint. Watching the grass grow may be healthier for you. It could drive you closer to an insane asylum, but it's perfectly fine. So if you're coming to watch what's going on here, stick around for a little while. You may learn something new about monkeys. You may learn something about flatulence. You may watch grass grow. And me playing bingo or battleship with the numbers I'm looking for. Here's a number 12. So number 12 seemed to be above the horizon. Now, why is that? Okay, there's the mountains right here. So you have a horizon. You have water coming down this way. And then above you have a couple of mountains, and then you have the sky, and then you have the aurora borealis, which is filtering through the sky. But as far as 12s, okay, here's a 12 sitting right on the horizon. And since this is a night painting, there isn't going to be any sunlight, but there's going to be moon glow. And moon glow is bright enough to show highlights and shadows. So you just haven't hit the right demographics. Okay. Yeah, you get recommended to me all the time now, which is cool. I mean, I get it. Yeah, the monkey with the cat, right? Well, the monkey and the dog with the cat. I don't know how it shows up on like the news feeds. Like when my channel has been established since 2016, I think. This channel, Real Talk Champ. I can't even, when I try to do a search on my established channel, I can't even find it through YouTube. So I don't know how other people are able to find it. I'm very curious on that. Are they just looking for apes? Talking apes? Because generally when you look at Real Talk Chimp, somebody's going to go looking for talking chimpanzees, I guess. There actually are videos. Sometimes they show up under my channel. I don't know why people do that. I guess they hit the collaborate button or something. All of a sudden I got these news things that pop up that show, yeah, we just went into the Congo and found, God damn it, stop calling me. We found talking chimpanzee, talking bonobo chimpanzees. Let's put them on Real Talk Chimp's channel. That's how people will find them. Oh. All right. Well, cool. Thanks, I guess. You know, there's a way to, like when you're in driving mode, you can set your phone to driving mode. I don't remember how I did that. I did it when I first got the phone at the beginning of the year. I don't remember what button or how I found that. I want to set something like that when I'm live streaming so people don't call me. This is until I get a DSLR or a video camera, something that has the ability to do live streaming. I don't know what product that would be. So GoPro only records. GoPro, I don't believe, actually does live streaming. That may be inaccurate because I do see some of these motorcycle riders that are live streaming when they're on the freeway. I don't know how they do that, although I wouldn't drive and run a camera at the same time unless I had no access to it. If it was stuck on the dashboard or something and it wasn't affecting me from driving. But if a GoPro is what I need, then I'll go get a GoPro and stick it on a tripod or something. But holding my cell phone up in my left hand here while I'm trying to paint with my right hand is not cool. And plus, I don't want to keep using my cell phone to live stream because I need to answer phone calls. Somebody knows how to get to that setting on a Samsung Galaxy Android phone, how to turn it to driving mode, even though I'm live and I'm not driving, but to do not disturb, I think is what it is, right? I mean, I expect you to disturb me while I'm painting because that's the whole point of asking for comments, suggestions, ideas, and the GFYO, GFYS. I don't know how you. Sammy knows. Sammy knows how that stuff works. Right, Sammy? Sammy, you want to say hi to Michael? You're just going to wag the tail? Okay. Sammy says it's really hot in here. Sammy would know. He's got more fur on him than I do. I'm looking for 12s down on the ground here, but I'm not seeing 12s down here. 21, if I was dyslexic, that 21 would be a 12. Here's a 12. Okay, so the 12s are from, no, there is a 12 here. I thought I was going bananas. There's actually a 12 right here, below the horizon. Son of a monkey. Son of a monkey. Well, I went all over the place with that one. There's a very aggressively strange sounding bird outside. He sounds like a cross between a staple gun and an octopus. No, I don't know what an octopus sounds like, but very strange sound he's making. Okay, that's a 17. I almost painted that, but this is a 12 up here. Sammy. 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 Michael says hi. You get little tail flicks. Little tail flicks. All right, so I got a 12 right here. Here. So I'm afraid if I mess with my phone while I'm live streaming again, it's going to shut me off and make me lose connection. So this is something that I need to set before I actually commit to live streaming. Something that will put me into like automotive driving mode or something so that people don't call in. They just leave a message or whatever. You didn't hear that. That was an ASMR burp. We got a big 12 right here. Can you ASMR burps? I don't see why not. I think you have to have a whole different type of microphone and processor type system to do ASMR. I guess I could look into the process. I never really thought about it, but I guess I can look into the process of ASMR. But tonight is karaoke if I feel like going. I didn't feel like going last night. I wasn't feeling well yesterday, so I didn't live stream. So So I'm trying to live stream Monday through Friday and sometimes on the weekend. But I'm becoming older now and more shaky. And sometimes I live stream when I live stream. But I'd like to figure out a way one day I can just go outside and paint and live stream at the same time. My buddy suggested that I sit on a corner where there's traffic and like the homeless people that have the signs that, that says, help, I need, food or shelter or whatever. Please give me your change or blah, 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 this and that. I thought about will paint for loose change. But I don't want anything like that. So just sitting out there and painting while people are stopping at the stoplight, giving them they have to wait in the light anyway, right? Most people sit on the radio, listen to the radio, text on their phone. But if they suddenly glance over and see that somebody's painting, well, that's something interesting, right? I don't want to be a distraction to cause an accident or anything. I just want people to relax, chillax, good vibes. Don't need to tip me or anything. Just go on about your business, knowing there's a chimpanzee out in traffic painting a picture. Okay, we got 12s over here. Unfortunately, I am very Mr. Shaky Hands today. Anybody watch any good movies lately? Movie theater or just on TV? Or on whatever these social media type channels are or subscription channels? Anybody paint a really happy tree today? Well, yeah, movies are, I wouldn't go to a movie theater. It's too expensive. I was thinking of going and seeing that Disclosure Day, but it's like $29 to go to the movie theater, and God forbid, if you wanted popcorn or drink, you would spend an extra $50. But I'm saying, like, I get free YouTube movies, and I've watched some pretty good movies. I watched just before I live streamed, I watched End of Watch, Jake Gyllenhaal. That was very sad. Well, sad towards the end, but the action packed. I actually saw that in the movie theater when it came out, 2017, I think, or whatever. But I just watched that before I started live streaming. Last night I watched Lars and the Real Girl. That was really sad. Movie about mental illness, and that movie came out quite a long time ago with Ryan Gosling. And he's a pretty good comedian and dramatic actor. So that was free movies. I didn't have to pay anything for that except for my utilities. That's 14 that runs up there, so we don't want to touch that. This is 12 right here. Yeah, it's ridiculous, right? Just pop your own popcorn, throw it in a cellophane bag, a hefty bag, not a hefty bag, but a sandwich bag. Grab a can of Coca-Cola with you and sneak that into the theater. I'm pretty sure they don't. Pretty sure they don't frisk you when you go into a theater. I don't know. Maybe the theaters in Texas do that. frisk you like it's a metal detector you're going through. I think that's how we used to do it when we were kids. We would just pop popcorn in a bag, shove that bag into our jacket, and then just bring like a Camelback, which is those, those pouches that you put water in. We just fill it with soda and stuff. So you didn't have to pay the exorbitant prices. You already had paid enough money trying to buy the tickets to get into the freaking theater. I don't know what yard that's coming from. Sounds like my yard. I know I closed the gates. This is a really thick blue. I'm going to get some water because it's getting difficult to move this paint around. Get some help with the water. Acts like thinner. Be careful of those other paints around. Oh, yeah, the drive-in theaters, like sneaking in when your parents were going to go in and see a rated R movie, sneaking in the trunk. Hey, Sam. What was that, Sam? Sam. He started talking about something. I don't know what he's talking about. Always, yeah, not always, but I mean, we did sneak in to theaters, but then I could never do it. I'm a good child. I would end up paying. Karma always bites me in the butt, so I just got paint all over my. Speaking of karma, paint all over my finger again. Here, pull my finger. Yeah, I think all the drive-in theaters around us have all been taken down and turned into housing. I don't think there are any drive-in theaters anymore that I'm aware of. There may be in maybe a smaller town, still a drive-in theater around. If, theater buildings, real estate isn't, I guess, around, or I don't know. Things we used to do, like use the payphone. Well, I was just watching a movie before, and they had payphones and mailboxes, the blue mailboxes. Remember the blue mailboxes that used to be on everyone's corner? They took those things down in what? Was that 2020 when they did? When did they start taking the blue mailboxes away? Do you still have blue mailboxes and payphones in your town? Looking for number 12. Oh, there's a big number 12 right in front of my eyes. I mean, I know they have payphones at the airport, but most of those payphones are converted to, you have to put your credit card in. Can't use change anymore. Actually thought about finding some auction place and buying one of those Pacific Bell rotary payphones that they used to have, like the 50s and 60s. Just mounting it on my wall. I don't have a landline. I just use the cell phone. I don't know too many people that still have landlines. I'm sure there's people. My aunt has a landline. Number 12, those are 17s, 22s. Let's see. I didn't find any more 12s. Right now we're just looking on the left side. There's a huge one in the middle. Gonna use the big brush for that. So I went to the supermarket today to get some groceries. And I only got like a box. You know how you have those hand carry type things that I didn't use a shopping cart. I just used like a hand carry one of those old baskets or whatever. So I just I put 3 artichokes in there. I put a coconut in there. I put a thing of cherries. I got some shrimp, shrimp that you thaw out and you can eat. So it was all enough to carry in one grocery bag. Okay, and I'm in line, and I don't use credit cards. I pay by cash only. I don't use ATM cards. I don't use credit cards. I pay everything by cash. There's a guy in line behind me. One guy, we're in an express lane. There's a guy behind me, older guy. Not that much older than me. I happen to look fairly young for my age. There's an older guy behind me with it was the biggest pack of Budweiser I've ever seen. Bigger than a 12 pack, so whatever that size is. And he's grumbling behind me. So, what is taking so long? And she's just taking the items out and scanning them. Oh my God, what is taking so long? I'm like, sir, I look back and I'm like, sir, there's a checkout line where you can just do it on your own. Just 2 checkout stands right behind me. Why don't you take your big old case of beer and just go check out over there? I don't know how to use those things. Can you just hurry it along? And I'm like, dude, I know you need to get your drink on. Hell, I'll crack a beer with you when we get outside, even though I don't drink. Can you just relax, sir? Just relax and breathe a little bit. You'll be outside drinking beer in no time. So she's finished, doing the checking. I'm like, how much is it? She tells me the price. So I pull out the cash and he's like, oh my God, you're paying with cash? So I counted each bill out as slowly and as surely as I could to make this guy suffer. Suffer in the hot sun, snow up to here. You know I'm lying. You know I'm fibbing. And I said, sir, I want to tell you my motto. What my mother, what my grandfather, whom I never met while I was in the womb, said. Hurry up and wait. He called me a few swear words. Everything I expected from a beer drinking, grumpy old man. I gave her the money. And I was on my way. So I believe in karma. I got into a traffic kerfuffle as I was leaving, assuming that was because of my disrespect for that poor consumer. How was he going to remain calm and drink his beer because a crazy chimpanzee with a little time on his hands would dare just take too much time in the grocery checkout line? How dare I be such an inhumane, incapable simpleton? How dare I treat a fellow citizen who all he wanted to do was pay for his beer and go outside and drink it? How dare? So it makes me think of, when I have to get up at like 4 o'clock in the morning because Sammy is yelling and screaming bloody murder. And Sammy yells and screams and says, "You have never fed me before. I don't even know what it's like to be outside or even in the doorway. I have never drank a sip of water. I have never used a clean litter box. I have never been petted and kissed before. How dare you not come to my needs when I demand it?" That's exactly how I felt, sitting in that grocery line, being the most rotten human being anybody could possibly be, to a man that just wanted to buy and drink his beer. How dare I? How dare I get in front of him and buy groceries and take longer than a minute and a half? How dare I? So using that energy that I wasted today, I am using it to paint this picture for you all. I am not doing this for me. I'm doing it for the beer drinkers of America and the people they have to sit behind in traffic, at the grocery line, and if they own a cat. How dare we ruin their day? It's called karma. Karma. All right, what the hell am I doing here? Oh yeah, I'm painting. Okay. So I think we're doing a reflection off of the ocean. That's why we did the blues down below. Now we're doing the blue in the sky. Canvas is moving away. I don't want that to happen. Get that back over here. All right, 12s. Any more 12s down this way? Oh, we missed a spot here. Now here's 12 right here. We'll just fill in the center and come back with the other brush. So we got a whole bunch more 12s up there we need to work on. But let's just go back to this guy here. Where did I do that? Right here. People don't want to be told to relax. I mean, humans learn from their mistakes. Not all. Some people just keep making the same mistake over and over again. But people don't like to be told to calm down and relax, take a breath. Even if it's so beneficial for them, their safety, their livelihood. Just to take a moment. Just calm down. Put your head between your legs. Breathe into a paper bag. Just relax. It'll all be over in just a moment. Relax. They don't want to be told this. But I'm going to tell it to you anyway. Relax. What? Who? Where? What? How? Where was I? Painting, that's right. Got you there, didn't I? Now you know what it's like to be on candid camera. There's 33s in here as well as these 12s. Those are 14s. That's a 17, looked like a 12. Oh, I'm sorry, Sammy. Sammy. I'm sorry, Sammy. My leg just jerked underneath this table here and Sammy went flying. Sammy, I'm sorry, bud. Come on, it's okay, Sam. Sam, you didn't do anything wrong. That was all me, pal, all me. I'm sorry. Sammy, come on, bro. Sammy's like seriously freaking out. Sam, you didn't do anything wrong, pal. I promise you, you did nothing wrong. Whoa. I'm crumpling up a little bottle here, Sam. Sammy, calm down. What's going on with you, pal? Why are you freaking out? Sam? It's okay, Sam. Oh, see? No one likes to be told to chill out and relax, not even Sammy. It's okay, Sam. You're okay. Just put your knees between your legs. Put your put your knees between your legs? How about put your head between your legs? If you can try putting your knees between your legs, they're already between your legs. Your knees are between your legs. Somebody else's knees could be between your legs. I don't know. Okay, I've gone bananas. All right, there's 12 right here. Right next to this 39. Sammy needs a capuchin monkey friend. Someone that will clean his litter box and feed him. Snuggle with him. That's what Sammy needs. Make it happen, Cap'n. You there in Texas, you can have monkeys in Texas as pets. Can't have them in California unless you have a special zoo license. But in Texas, you can own a monkey. Texas, there's quite a few states in the United States that allow you to own a monkey. I don't suggest you go out and just get a monkey just to get a monkey. Monkeys are just like human babies. They will require serious attention, bathing, food, being taken care of, just like a human. Except they're more susceptible to diseases and other things like that because while they are 99% human, that 1% still makes them a wild animal. Humans are wild animals. Got a ton of them inside our jails. They may be human on the outside, but on the inside, they are a wild animal. I'm going to flip the canvas around so I can get this 12, which goes all over the place here. I'm going to use the big brush for that. Are you still tripping out, Sam? I'm going to use some water on this because I'm running out of this paint. Clearly, they're using this as either night sky or part of this aurora borealis. I'm going to touch the water that dripped down there. Just going to let it go. All right, can we find any more 12s? Yes, this is a 12 that goes all the way around here. Let's get some water. Stop dripping. Okay. Any more 12? I found one. Right here. Looking around for number 12s. All right, I guess we can move on to 13. If another 12 pops up, we'll take care of it. All right, so number 12 is this color right here. Number 13 looks like a lighter version, but darker than 11. Still in that blue category. So what we're working on here is called Mesmerizing Aurora. And we basically just painted that kind of blue outline around that darker purple and maroon. We also did some of the shadowing in the mountain and the dark blues that you see down on the ground. Mesmerizing Aurora, item number 50-40-LZ 8383 from numberartist.com. This is Paint by Numbers. I'm Ricky from Real Talk Chimp. That's RealTalkChimp. Live streaming on YouTube. This is part 2. And a very upset dog outside. Or a very happy dog. I don't speak dog. Put that all over the phalanges. I'm going to put the phone down for a moment so I can go use a restroom. Talk amongst yourselves. Talk to Michael 0709 because he's moderating. I will be back in a moment. Hey, Sam. Gotta go use the restroom, Sam. I'll be right back. Hey, monkey. phone back in here. There we go. Some new gloves. Like a glove. Getting ready for surgery. All right, so we are working on number 13. Yeah. Number 13. Let's see what we can find for number 13. If you were a 13, where would you be? I guess you wouldn't be in school because people should be out for school now that it's summertime, I would think. But I'm not looking for a 13. I'm looking for a 13. Paint pod. 13. 13. Oh, there's a 13. Real close to a 38. Okay, let's look for another third. There's a 13. Right next to, I think, appears to be a 15. And going all over the place. What is that? I think that's a 17. Oh, there's a 12 right there. Let's go back up and get that 12. Where did we see that 12? Right here. Okay, we'll hang on to that there. We are looking for 13s. Let's see. Looking. Here's a 13. Right above a 21 and right below a 21. Northern 13, where are you? Oh, a little tiny one over here. That's a 15 next to it. Oh, there's a 9 on the side over here. I'll have to get back to that another time. What is that? A 38 or something. Okay. This is a big paint set. This is a paint. I got 38 colors on this one, so considered a big paint. And that's why they're smaller numbers. All right, but we're looking for 13s. There's got to be more. Come on. That was it? That was the only 13s? That seems really crazy. Crazy. I'm crazy for loving a pussycat. Am I crazy for loving a pussycat, Sam? Sammy agrees. He concurs. And Sammy should know. All right, I'm going to try to get the phone over here while I pick up the canvas and try to find 13s. I'm crazy for loving the cat. I mean, I've had it worse. I've painted one of these 38, 42, whatever type of paint pod, paint by numbers, and I got to like a number 10 and there was only one spot that had a number 10 and that's it. So the fact that this 13 only had 3 spots, if that's all, well, that's all, folks. So I'm not seeing any more 13s anywhere. Doesn't mean they're not already still there. I'm gonna switch to 14. Oh, I found a 13. Right in the middle of the canvas. Oh, paint was dry. We're waiting too long. So I know normally after I have a live stream, I have a short video, just a highlight, a live highlight. But the last live highlight was Drek, so I deleted it. It was me talking about farts or something like that, and not really painting. So I just deleted it. I don't know why YouTube cut that out of 4 hours. So, well, I don't see any more 13, so I'm going to cover it up. I am not going to cover it up. So 13 and 14 are not that much different either. This is number 13. This is number 14. It's just slightly darker. But again, not as dark as 12. Almost can't even tell. But once it's on the canvas, you'll be able to see. So this is number 14. Let's clean off these paintbrushes. If you're just popping in, oh my God, it's Cactus Jack. Oh my God, bro, you need to check in more often, homie. You need to check in more often because we're always thinking about you, and when we don't hear from you, we think the worst, and that's not good. We need to communicate with our Cactus Jack. We need to hear from, I'm trying to zoom out, not working very well. I'm doing an Alaskan wilderness Aurora Borealis today. Well, this is part 2 of this mesmerizing aurora. All the information in the description, of course. Whew. I'm not sure if Michael stepped away. He may have stepped away while I was using the restroom, but we'll see. Well, I appreciate that. You know, keep in touch. I mean, right in the community section of Real Talk Gym, I'm always like posting a message or whatever tickles my totem pole, talking about whatever, and post in the community. Just give a heads up that you're alive and thriving. I mean, I imagine the heat out there is terrible. I don't know. It's only in the 80s here. I can only imagine it's in the sweltering there. So I want to make sure you're still alive and good to go. I do plan on a trip out towards Texas, and I will be stopping in Arizona, New Mexico before I get to Texas. So I want to meet up with you. Oh, well, yesterday I wasn't live streaming, but I wasn't feeling well yesterday. I think the heat and something just got to me. So I couldn't really, I just stayed in bed most of the time, laid outside. Today I feel better, I suppose. So yeah, you're looking for the number 14. Holy monkey. Oh my Lord, and look at that. There's a 13 right there that I did not even see. I said, are there any more 13s? You heard me say it. And no 13s jumped out, and here's a 13 right in the middle of the canvas. But I did build another saloon. I don't know if you watched the first saloon that I built, the saloon from Tumbleweed. I built a saloon from Blackwater, the two-story saloon that's on one of the main streets there. And didn't come out as great as I wanted it to, but it was okay. It's definitely one of the biggest puzzles I've ever made. 677 parts, and some tiny parts that just would not cooperate. Okay, so I don't see any more 13s. I think that was just a random one that popped up. So let's go back and look for 14s. 14. 105. Oh my, Sammy, it's 105 in Tucson, and you're complaining that it's 80 over here? Bad Sammy. Good Sammy. Roll over. Good kitty. 105. Well, and we're only in the beginning of summer, which means as we get towards like August, September, it's going to be what, like 100,000? Like 120? Like Mojave? 14s. Where the heck are these 14s at? And now I'm finding 13s everywhere. You son of a mother, father, sister, and brother. Oh, my bad. There you go. This is it right now for part 2. That's a mountain. There's a mountain here. Mountain here. These are ice cap mountains. This is all like a riverbed with small hills around it, but it will be ice and snow and water, and then everything up in the sky will be night sky with aurora borealis. So this is what it will eventually become. More fantasy, less realism. Yeah, that's true. Mike is back, by the way. All right, so 13. I found some 13s. Let's go back and get 13s that are popping up. 13s. Where did I see you fellers? Where did I see you fellers? You popped up into my vision, but now I can't see where you went. Oh my Lord. I could have sworn. Oh, here's one. See, I knew I saw some 13s. I think I just made a pheasant. Any more? Oh, there's a number 11 right there. And there's a 13 right here. Let's grab this number 11 here. Where did I see that number 11? Oh boy. I'm going to need an adult to help me rewire my brain. Where did I see that number 11? Right here in front of me. Any more? Gonna jump out and surprise me? Okay. Oh geez. Oh geez. Oh no. Oh geez. Yeah, that'd be great. I mean, Mike doesn't have the ability to play online because he needs PlayStation Plus. I I haven't played Red Dead Online. I don't know since the last time you probably did. I mean, we could certainly hop on. I haven't live streamed it in a while, but like I said, so if you go to Real Talk Champ, at YouTube, there's that community tab. Click on the community tab. Write in any of those comments, like let me know when you think you're going to be on again. I'll go over there and fire up the PlayStation, and we go cruise around. Okay, come on, Canvas, stop falling down. Phone, you stop falling down as well. You see, all right, there's a 14 right here. Let's stop there because there's a 17 beyond there. This pigment is super thick, kind of hard to spread around. May need a little thinner put into it. Okay, any more 14s? Yeah, big, huge 14 right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the edges and then come back with the larger brush. Get a little water in here. You ever try any painting there, Cactus Jack? Be it just, open freehand drawing, painting, or paint by numbers? Like, I'm curious on what your hobbies are. Messed that one up. I went over the line. I'm curious of what everyone's hobbies. Everyone that's watching, what their hobbies are. Durple. Wait, what? Rumpelstiltskin. There's also Durple dark purple. Is that like a purple nurple? I just lost where I was painting here. Oh, through here, okay. I was going to say, I don't think we've gotten to the really good purples yet, but I don't know. I'll have to look at the other paint pods. That's a 14 there. Can you say hi to Michael? There you go, Mike. Can you say hi to Cactus Jack? You're going to lick your belly for Say hi to Cactus Jack. That was pretty good. That sounded like Cactus Jack in kind of a slow little meow. Come here, Sminky. Help me find more 14s. Here's one. There's one over here. I've got soul, but I'm not a soldier. That's all you get. There's too much paint on here. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Dripping some water in this paint. Try to get it to flow a little bit here. So it goes all the way around. Okay. Jeez Louise. Okay, well, where does it start? Right here. That's 19 that goes there. Okay, 14 goes here. For some reason it doesn't like that side of the canvas. Gotta go. Good seeing you both. Let's posse up again someday. All right, take care, Cactus Jack. Thanks for checking in. Truly appreciate it. We need the elder to check in every once in a while. Let us know he is breathing. It must be. Don't make me mail Sammy over to you with a hidden camera so we can make sure you're okay. I'll do it. I'll miss the Sammy, but I'll do it. Oh, Sammy, you get that for me? You want to get that for me, Sam? That's a good boy. You went right to it. Thank you. Thank you, Sammy. The little scissors that I use when there's too many hairs that are stray on the paintbrush. It was connected to my elbow. It got stuck to it. I'm mixing in this water into this paint pod because this pigment's starting to get a little frunky. The word of the day is frunky. That's all 39. This is 14 here. That's 17. This is 14. This is 14 up here. you'll see me switch paintbrushes depending on the area. This is perfect for a medium brush. Watch out for the little 31 right here, which I believe the 31s are little stars. So I don't know if we're really painting the aurora part of this blue or more of part of the night sky. This is a really pretty blue. Okay, I think we took care of all that. Where else are we putting this 14? Here's 14 up here. I'm going to flip the canvas over so we can get this part up here. You'll see the paint flow better because I'm using the water as a thinner. This is 14 over here. There's a little 31 right here. Which again is a little star, I think. Like I said, I'm going to come back and do my own star pattern. All right, and more 14s through here. Yep. Real jagged thing. Those are 17s on the outsides of that. I'm not trying to paint in there. Kerfuffle. Kind of going in a little spasm on my left hand here, so that's why we're shaking. I'm sorry. It just happens. Kerfuffle on a Friday night. Cold beer that feels just right. And the radio on. A monkey sitting and staring at me. He's a little monkey in a monkey's world. I'm painting right over these 17 spots. I'll just come back with the reference card. They're so tiny in here. Bunch of 17s all over the place. There's 14 here. Stuck my hand right in it again. So we've been looking for 14s. I think I may have taken care of all the 14s, except for this one. Okay. Any up in the sky? There's a 14 up in the sky. Probably a little bit of night sky poking through. Here's a 14 right here. Where did I see right here? Those are all 17s. There's a 14 right here. All right, have a good night there, Rumpelstiltskin. That's right, it's super late for you. I forgot. My bad. What time is it? 5:22. Yeah, they're right. This is the same time you logged off the other day. Yeah. I could always start at noon. Well, now that it's summertime, I could certainly start at noon. Do a noon to 4 p.m. I could do like a two-parter, a noon to 4 p.m. Start again at 6 and go from like 6 to 8. Something like that for others. Just have to let me know in the comments on the best schedule for their needs. There's a 14 over here on the edge. Okay, little 14s. It's a 39, here's a 14. Anything else? Any more 14s want to pop up? Mm. There's a 14 on the side here. Those are all 33s. There's a 14 over here. Those are 17s, 18s, 27s. I just didn't go all the way to the edge on that one. Okay. It's all 19 going that way. I think we can officially say that we're done with the 14s and we can move to the 15s. And if a 14 pops up, going once, going twice. All right, we're moving on. What was the name right there? REWLUS. Hey, hello. 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 You know what I didn't post? Let me see if I can do it. Hang on. It's paint on the table. Let me see if I can type this on here. Uno momento, por favor, donde está la biblioteca? Let's go over here for a second. Let's go chat. You get to watch me do this. Okay. Hopefully you're able to see that. I think I can unplug my phone now. Had my phone on the chargers. I didn't think we were gonna be able to live stream long enough. Let me see. It's at only 60%. Hopefully it will hopefully it will cooperate. Let's try this. Okay. Come on, zoom out. Why can't I zoom out with this thing? I don't get it. All right, so we were doing 14, which is this color right here. Now we're doing 15, which looks a little bit lighter. I can't really tell the difference. But once we're side by side, we'll know. All right, let's look right out of the gate. We got a 15. Ooh, we got a lot of 15 down here. Well, we're going to see how much difference it is. Definitely blue. I added some water to it to thin it down again. Oh, just covered up a 30. This one goes all the way down to the bottom of the canvas here, so try a bigger brush on it. Dang it, I went over the other paint by accident. Cold kitty on a Friday night. A little monkey that stinks all right. And the radio on. Got no idea why that song stuck in my mind. It's not even a Friday night. For crying out loud. It's a Wednesday night. Got 15 over here. Oh my God, Cap, stop moving. Make me get the ghost out on you. Kind of into a point and I can't quite get it to go. Oops, that's a 21. We don't want to cover that up. Who wants to see Michael 070 Night paint by numbers? Raise your hand. Press the number 1 in your comment. And have them live stream it. Who wants me to talk with a different accent? Raise your paw. Okay, I'm going to go into stealth mode. In 3, 2, I just found an 11. Let's drop back to the 11 and get this one here. Meow. 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 Okay, where was that 13 right there? Where did it go? Okay, so 11 right there. Go back and do this 11. See if we can find it. It's 15 right in front of me. Thought it was right in front of me. But now I can't see it anymore. Where's that number 15? There it is. Okay, any more 15s? If you were a 15, where would you be? You'd be over here on the right. Keep mixing water in just to make it flow. Oh, I lost you. Okay. Any more 15s? These are all 16s. Looking for 15s. Any 15s in the sky? All right, we'll move on to 16. Wipe off these brushes. Okay, I want to pull back a little bit here. I think it's still hard to tell. Again, we're only on part 2, so we got quite a ways to go. So we're going to lighten up here. So 15 was this darker blue. 16 is quite lighter. So 16 will be the highlights off of the 15. Like a light linen blue. Mucho gusto. All right, so we're looking for 16s. So let's look right in the middle. There's a 16 right here. Here's one right next to it. And yet again, some more. Getting right in the action, 16s. Klaatu Perata Nikto. Anybody know Latin in here? Raise your paw. Okay, let's look across. And we've got an Ace D Superfan. Hello. How you doing there, Ace? What's shaking on this fine Wednesday, June 24th at 10 till 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time? What's shaking? I guess I could say, what's shaking, bacon? No? Too soon? My bad. 16. Are you a 16? You are 18, 18 up there. So we're still looking for 16. Here we go. Down here is a 16. There's one right here. Right here. And any more 16s? Yep, up here. Okay. Got a 16 running across the board here. I got a bit of a cold. Yeah, I think that's what was going on with me the last couple of days, especially when the weather changes so drastically, like it does here. It'll be like, 40 at night and then getting to 80 during the day. And I start getting like the sweats and start getting the sniffles and a burning sore throat. That was what was happening to me yesterday. That's why I didn't live stream yesterday. My throat was on fire. If I could have got Sammy to piss in my mouth, I would have had him do it just to cool me down. But Sammy knows better. He wouldn't do something like that. Even if I needed help, Sammy wouldn't be there for me. That's... what's the temperature where you're at, Mike? I mean, if Cactus Jack, when I was talking to Cactus Jack, I think you had stepped away. Cactus Jack said it was 105 in Tucson. So I imagine you're around, well, you're in that part of Texas, but if you were to trace it on a map, it's really straight across from Tucson. So are you sitting at 105 as well, or what are you sitting at? By the way, I'm painting number 16s. Okay. Those are 18s, 18s, 17s, all 17s going that way. I think we may be done with the 16s. Let's see, what is that? Cold Mo, he said it's definitely a cold. All right, any more 16s that we can find here? Oh, there's one. Just a little one right there. Okay. I may do a live stream on trying to crack open a coconut. The last coconut I cracked open was moldy and black inside. I took it over to Vaughn's to get my money back, and they said no. No, you do not get a refund. Like, yeah, that is corrupt. This thing is clearly molded, you know, from, it may not be from your supermarket, but from wherever you got it from. That was utter crap. I do want to eat this one. This one looks lovely. I love eating the coconut meat. I know it gives you the runs, but I don't care. I think it's super tasty. It's a snack, and it's a good snack, unlike Doritos or something else. You know, those don't really have any qualities that a human needs. But a coconut meat, oh, heck yeah. Tasty McTaster tins. All right, I'm not seeing any more 16s. I am really scouring, so we'll move to 17. 17 doesn't look that much different from 16 either. So, how are we doing on time? Seem to be doing okay. All right, so we were on, where were we on? We were on 16. This was 16 here. This is 17 here, just a slight bit of darkness. Just like if this was a highlight, this would be a shadow to it, a light and a dark. Okay. Could you tell the difference in here? Probably not. Here's your 17. really doesn't look that much different than the other ones. Okay, 17. Let's see what we can find when we start to the left. There's 17s up here. So above the horizon, we're getting 17s. This one's going to require a little bit of water as well. It's super thick. All I need is a monkey cat. All I need is Sam. All I need is a monkey cat. All I need is Sam. Those are, of course, not the lyrics, but so I don't get a copyright strike, that is called a parody. Those are all 19s up there. What is that? That's a 19, 19, 18s. Here's a 17. Thirty-sevens, 37s, 18, 19. Here's a 17. All over this. So this is where I put the 15 all through here. The blue that's right above the 17's the 15. So, fellas and fellettes, what am I singing at karaoke tonight? Any more 17? Oh boy, we got a big 7. All right, I'm going to flip this thing up because we got quite a lot of 17 right in here. I'm going to switch to the big brush. Let's get a little water. The water definitely helps make it move better. You don't have to go crazy with the water, because it will drip down into the other places that you painted. The water will also help let it blend with the other paints around. So even if I go over the other paints that are there, because of the water thinning it out, it'll still allow those other pigments to pop through. So in the cap, well, there's still paint in the cap. I'll put the water in there, and then I'll dip from the main pigment and drag it up into the cap. Those are 18s. Any more 17s? I'm not seeing any more. We did quite a number on that mountain right there, though. Oh, there's 17s up here. I think Mike should do an anti-cold dance in the style of Hopi. Anti-cold dance. Sammy, are you an indigenous monkey? Sammy says yes. I just found 17s over here that I didn't see before. Let's get some of these monkeys over here. Little bitty 17 right here. Little bitty 17 right there. Those are 18s. 18s, 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 and 19s. All right, so I think we finished with the 17s. We'll switch to the 18. Oh, we got a big 16 right there. Let's take care of that 16 that somehow I did not see. Is that it? Any more going to jump out? Nope. All right, well, since we're going to take a jump from this 17 to a different color, we'll really wash out our paintbrushes. Because you don't want to get all mixed up and have a totally different look. So I said, what, 17 to 18? So here was 17. So now we're going into kind of like a turquoise, maybe? If this was a blue, baby blue. I don't know if this is a turquoise, but it's kind of like a mint chip, kind of like a turquoise kind of look. So we said this is 18. Let's look to the left. Do we got any 18s to the left? Not seeing it on the left. Not seeing it on the left. I see it above the horizon here. Let's get a little water. Oh, this is definitely a turquoise. Not like your turquoise in a crystal like stone, but just kind of that same kind of color. It's still a blue, but it's a blue-green. An aquamarine, maybe? I guess that's possible. This is going to be a hard edge right here. I don't want to mess this up. Okay. Same one here is a hard edge. Screwed that one all up and colored out the number that was below it. We got a huge 18 going all the way around here. Okay, so this is going to be tricky for me to film. So I'm going to be moving this thing as best as I can around so you can see what I'm doing. So let's see, that's 19. 18 starts here. Works its way around. I know you can't see it and I'm sorry. I'm doing this top line that's running along here. And I just realized that stops and goes right above it. Because that's all 19 right there now. But this goes right above it. If you can't see it, I'm sorry. I'm gonna raise my gorilla chest up here and almost like a mint chip, maybe. I don't know, you can tell me what color you see. That's all 20. Let's see. Any more 18? Down here. Kind of follows the horizon line. Okay, here's an 18 here. Up here. Huge one up here. Really odd shaped one up here, yeah. A giant marshmallow. A giant blue marshmallow. I'm not sure if I've seen a turquoise marshmallow before. They may have some exotic packs out there. I know they have different colors for like Christmas and stuff to put in your hot chocolate. Really went over the sides on this one. Something blooming outside that smells lovely. Okay, we got a couple up here. Got some over here. I use a smaller brush. Those are 19s, not 18s. There's an 18. Those are 19s. 19s. Any more 18s? Any more 18s anywhere? Well, I found an 11. Let's knock out that 11 over there. Just a little tiny line. That was it. Any more? There's an 18, there's an 18. Eight, 6, 7, 5, 3, and Sammy Witters. 8, 6, 7, 5, Sammy is a monkey cat. Sammy, Sammy, where are you going? All right, any more? Yeah, there's one right there. Any way you want it, that's the way Sammy needs it. Any way Sammy wants it. Oh. Yeah, you're not giving me a copyright strike. Because I'm doing parodies, son. Okay, 19s. There's an 18. This is the same color as my wintergreen Tic Tacs. I can prove it to you. I've got wintergreen Tic Tacs behind me. Don't make me get out the Tic Tacs. I'll do it. That's a 19, oh, a 17. Okay, anything else? Well, they may pop out like these other ones that are popping out. So we'll switch on over to 19. Well, 19 is going a completely different direction again. What the? Oh, okay. The tablet went out and I thought we stopped live streaming or something. Still here, right? And we still got a little less than an hour left. Okay, so from 18 to 19 is a considerable shift. This was our this was our 18, which I thought was like a winter green or turquoise, and this is our 19. That is a complete different, a greenish blue. So put 18 there. Grab our 19. Grab our 19. That is quite a greenish, grayish blue. Sticking my hands in it. All right, let's look for some 19s to paint. Let's look for 19. 19. We're not going to find it down here on the ground. Oh, that breeze feels wonderful, Sammy. Make sure the gods send us more breezes like that. There's a 19 right here. $39s. There's that 19 over there. That is a 19 over there. It's super tiny. There's a 19. Let me get a little water. It's kind of meaty. Making it fuzzy so it blends in. Taking a little water, kind of blending it in. It's on the sides up here, on the edge of the canvas, so. I don't see any more up here. Yeah, we got a little bit right here. Okay. Any more 19s? Hey, 19. La la la, we can do something with Kitty. I see 19 up here. I'm going to flip the canvas over. Get some water. Let's switch to the big boy. All right, let's see if we can do this here. Okay. I'm just picking up the canvas to try to figure out if I can find any more 19s. Not looking good for the home team. She's an easy Sammy. Gotta hold on to the Sammy. Okay. There's a 19. I am not seeing it anywhere. What on the edges? Anything on the edges? Nothing on the edges. There's got to be one hiding somewhere down here. I guess we're ready to go on to the 20. Yeah, I don't see any more. All right, again, 20 is going back in the direction of 18. So here was 18. This is 20. It just looks like a lighter of 18, but a completely different than 19. Weird. That is a real light blue. All right, wash our paintbrushes here. All right, let's look for some 20s. 20s over here. I see 21s. I never seem to find a 21 when I'm looking for a 20. And there's a Sammy sitting outside in the sunlight. Can't go any further with that. Any 20s. Here's a 20. That goes into 37 over there. Good for 20s. Okay. So you don't want to do any 20s down lower. Here's a 20. Here's a 20. There's a 20. That's all 20 right there. Let's get some water in here. So get it to flow. Sitting right on the horizon. That's 37. No, I think that's not part of 37 there. This is part of 20 still, right here. Just kind of smashing it on there because I want it to blend with the other critters that are over there. You got a 39 right to the left here and a 37 right behind it. Somebody is cooking something amazing right now. It is wafting over here. And waft it shall. It is wafty McWafter 10s. A 28, 31, 31. So you got quite a lot of other numbers over here, so be careful not to paint over them. Again, you do have your reference guide if you end up painting over the top of them, which I have done to quite a few of the 31s. Okay, 20s, where are you? Right here. Okay. Moving along. 31. Don't want to touch that. There's 20 right here. There's a 20 that goes across here and stops here. 31s, there's a 20. This one starts all the way up here. Let's get some more water. There's 28s over here and 24s. Some more up here. A 39 and a 29 with a 27 above it. There's a 20 right there. 29, there's a 20 right there. There's a 20. I'll pick up the bigger brush. Get some water. Okay. Any more up there? There's 20 right up here. But it stops in here because there's a 28 that runs up. So the 20 just stays right there, then it picks up again right here. Between 37, 29, 28. Then 20 picks up back again down here. Okay. That's all 34 in there. Any more 20s? Right down here. Okay. There's a 20 right here. Let's get some more pigment so we can cover up that number 20. All right, any more 20s? So 30, 21s. Stops right there. Right at the 37 and the 39. Those are 21s. There's a 20 right here. Oh, that's a 29. I'd search up in the top. Now, what about here? There's a 20 sitting way up here in the clouds. You're not going to be able to see it unless I flip it over. It's right here. Can you see that? Imagine that was flipped upside down. Okay. Any other 20s? Yep, I see another 20. So again, imagine it was flipped upside down, but this is all 20 right here. So it goes from there, but then it jumps because the 29 cuts it off. So it jumps across. It's done at a pretty sharp point. Let's get a little pigment to cover up that 20 right there. Okay, this one. All right, so any more in this area here? Nope. Let's see. It's 21, 22, 21, 26. Looks just like the 20, but it's a 26. 22. All right, I'm going to put the phone down for a moment. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to go use the restroom. Mike, if you're still there, keep everyone entertained. I will be right back. All right. Sorry about that. Get some more gloves. If you're just joining us, this is Ricky from Real Talk Chimp, doing part 2 of the Mesmerizing Aurora paint by numbers from numberartist.com. Mesmerizing Aurora. Item number is 50-40-LZ8383. And I'm live streaming this part 2 on YouTube at Real Talk Chimp. That's RealTalkChimp. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And we'll keep doing our shenaniganery for you of painting this lovely mess in front of me here. Really want to try to... I don't know why this phone is doing this to me. Normally I can zoom out. It really won't let me, no matter what I do. It won't let me. I don't know if you can tell anything. Kind of weird. Okay. So we're still on number 20. Looking for any more 20 spaces. Since we got a few minutes, we'll just shoot on over to the 21. So the 20 is hard to see now that I've got muck all over it, but that was the 20. This is the 21, which is going back towards the 17s. No, I don't know, because maybe it's its own thing. It's its own thing. Still kind of a blue. We're still in the blue range. That will survive. All right, let's look for some 21s before we run out of time here. All right, we got a 21 right out of the gate. Oh, we got a 21 right here. Add a little water to this because it is quite thick. Okay, we got a 21 here. One here. Just keep kind of adding water to it just to get it to flow. Skips over those two colors. I hear a squirrel outside. I think that's why Sammy's out there. It's interesting, squirrels. It's like they mimic different birds. They'll mimic like sounds of crows. If you listen to them, they'll mimic sounds of songbirds. It's not like a squirrel is a predator or anything and has to do that. Maybe it does it for survival. I don't really know. I don't know much about squirrels other than they make some interesting sounds. Maybe I just have crazy squirrels. That's entirely possible. What are we doing? Oh, 21. That's 22. There's a 21 over there. Okay, any more? There's 21. You got a 22 and a 38 here, so be careful. Wow, I just lost one. Oh, there, okay. I think I lost my spot. Okay. 21, where are you? There's a little 21 right here. There's a little 21 right here. And one right here. Kind of follows this horizon mark. Oh, that's a weird shape, but I think that's supposed to be a hill or something. All right, so we go right along here, across here, right along here, down across here. Losing some paint. Let's get some more paint on here. Get a little water in here. I got lost. I'll go use this one here. There's a 21 right here. Okay, right up here. 21 down here. Little bitty one right there. Same with here. Hound dog out there is just going bananas. All right, over here. I don't think anybody plays with that dog. It's just a shame. You need to go over there and play with a neighbor's dog, not get shot by the neighbors. This guy's always barking real sad. And it's not like he has a happy bark. He doesn't have a happy wagging tail. He's got a real, like, sorrowful sound when he barks. Or she. like it's tied up, that type of dog. Real shame. Okay, that one stops right there because there's a 32 and 35. It looks super messy when you're close up. Doesn't start looking like actual things you're doing until you step away. There's a little 21 right there. Right here. 21 over here. And right there. Okay, any more just in this area here? Those are 36s. Oh, there's a little itty bitty 21 right here. Where did it go? Where did you go, little 21? Oh boy, don't see you anymore. Found him. Little thumbnail. Little thumbnail right there. One over here. Starting to pop out now. Any more? Eyes are getting wonky. Eyes are getting wonky. Ugh. Any more 21s? Oh, little bitty one over here. Like you do. Okay, there's one right here. Definitely different than that color. Okay, any more 21? Oh, here's 21 right here. Okay. 36, 22. Built like an Amazon. She's a brick house. Sorry. Brain went somewhere else. Brain is slightly broken. Only slightly. Dang it. There's the 21 over there. Who's got bingo? Who's got bingo? You got bingo? Do you got bingo? Do you got bingo? Who's got bingo? I said 21. I didn't say B21 or I21 or N21, BIN, G21 or O21. Who's got bingo? All right, looking for any more 21s. Going up top. Looking up in the, oh, I found a 20. Let's do the 20. Doing the 20 round. Where did I see that 20? Right here. Blammo. Is there any more 21s anywhere? Any more 21s? If you were a 21, where would you be? Probably at a bar. Probably at a bar. All right, well, oh, see more 21s. We can knock out a 22 here in about 9 minutes or 8 minutes. Here was 21. There's 22. I really can't tell the difference. Oh yeah, this one. 22 is lighter than 21. Okay. So 22 is the highlight off of 21. All right. Let's find some 22s around here. As soon as I look over here, I see a 21. That's hilarious. Fascinating how I didn't see. There's a 22 right there. Yeah. Okay. Let's put the 20. There's a 22. Over where? Here. Oh, this one's got some green in it. This one has got some green. I don't know here. These are all 32s. Here's a 22. It's a 23. There's a 22. Let's get some water. Careful with the 26 and the 32. That's a 22, that's a 23, 23, 22 ahead of it. 22 up here. I realize I can't see that. You know what this color reminds me of? Is like a 1955 Thunderbird. A Thunderbird, the car, the Thunderbird car. This paint job looks just like that turquoisey-ish, bluish thing. Very pretty. There's a 22 right here. That's a 23. We don't want to go that far. Drop down over here. Oh, there's a little hair. That's 23. That's 23. That's 22 right here. What is that? Is that 23? Let me see. No, that's 22 right there, okay. There's 22 over here. It's 23, there's a 22 there. Threes. $36s, 33s. $32s. That's it for now. Okay, we'll pick this back up again on Friday. My name is Ricky for Real Talk Chimp. That's RealTalkChimp, live streaming on YouTube. This is part 2 of Mesmerizing Aurora, paint by numbers from numberartist.com. Item number 50-40-LZ8383. Kind of get an idea of what we've been doing. Really cool. If this thing will let me, no, it just still won't let me do it. Let's see. So, and this is only part 2. We're probably going to do a part 3, maybe up to a part 4. There's just still a ton of numbers left. I'll give you an idea of what we're doing though. If you like this type of content, hit that like button. Share at Real Talk Chimp with your friends and family. Comment whether you're watching our live streams or watching them back as archive videos. And please smash that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 5,000 subscribers before the end of this month. All right, Real Talk Chimp. Catch you on the flip side. Peace and chicken grease. I let everyone know. Thank Michael 070 Night, Michael Contreras 070 Night on there as my moderator for tonight. We'll catch you later. Bye-bye.